Greetings and welcome to Yarnspirations. I'm Mary Beth Temple for Hooked for Life, and in this video we're going to take a closer look at another fabulous red heart pattern, the Preemies Crochet Octopus. Now, out of one ball of red heart bunches of hugs, you can get 5 Crochet Octopus toys. You're also going to need a crochet hook, size G6 or 4mm, or size needed to obtain gauge. You're going to want a nice tight stitch to make sure the stuffing doesn't peek out. You're going to need some stitch markers, some stuffing, some black embroidery floss for the eyes and mouth, and a needle for that. And we're going to start at the very top of the octopus and work our way down. While you're clicking below to download the free pattern, why not follow us on our various social media accounts? And if you want to show us your octopus when it's done, please use hashtag Yarnspirations so we can see what you're up to. Also, like this video and subscribe to the channel for fresh content weekly on knitting, crocheting, and other yarny stuff. But in the meantime, let's get started. Now we're going to work our octopus from the top or the center point of his little head all the way down. So the first thing we're going to do is chain 2. Then we're going to 7 single crochet in second chain from hook. So that's not the chain up against the hook, but the next one. We're going to make 7 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 5, 6, 7. Now, there is a note in the instruction that says, the head of the octopus is worked in continuous rounds. Do not join at the end of the rounds. Place a stitch marker to indicate beginning of round and move marker as each round is worked. So, my first round is completed. I'm going to start my second round by putting 2 single crochets in the first single crochet. 1, 2, because it says 2 single crochet in each one around. And I'm going to mark that first stitch so I know where my round begins. And every time I do a subsequent round after I put that first stitch in, I'm going to take the marker out and move it up. So every round that I do, I'm going to have a marker in the first stitch just so I know what's happening. So we're going to put 2 single crochets in each single crochet around, and that will give us a total of 14. So here we are at the end of the second round. For the next dozen or so rounds, we are either increasing or we're working even, remembering not to join at the end of the round and make a chain 1. We're just going to work in continuous rounds and count on that stitch holder to let us know where we're going. So let's take a look at the third round, which is an increase round. So it says single crochet in next single crochet. And I'm going to mark it because that was my first stitch in the round using my locking stitch marker. Then it says 2 single crochet in next single crochet. 1, 2. Repeat from asterisk around. So single crochet in next single crochet, 2 in the next one. 1, 2. And we're going to do that all the way around. Single crochet in the next one, 2 in the next one. So the third round is completed. Moving on to the fourth round. I'm not doing every single round, I just wanted you to get a little flavor for what's going on here. So the fourth round, we're going to single crochet in each of next 2 single crochet. 1, 2, and remember, I'm going to go back and mark that first one because that first one was the first stitch in the round. and then it is 2 single crochet in next single crochet, 1, 2, single crochet in each of next 2 single crochet, 1, 2, and 2 single crochet in the next single crochet. So what's happening on the increase rounds is that we're building out from the center. As you work some of those work even rounds as we keep going, then it'll start bringing the shape of the octopus head down. So up until you get through the, let's see, up until you get through the 20th round, you are increasing or working even, and all you need to do is follow the instructions exactly as they're written. And then I want to take a look at the 21st round, which has some of those single crochet 2-togethers in it. Here is my piece at the end of the 7th round. You see I had some increase rounds, which built the work out, and I had a couple work even rounds, which is starting to bring the shape of the head, starting to bring it down just a little bit. Now you will keep following the pattern, working your increases and your work even rounds. And then you are going to get to the part where we're going to have to do some decreasing. Now I am skipping ahead to the 23rd round because that's the number of stitches I have on my swatch. But the idea is the same. When you get to the decrease round, this is what it's going to look like. So it says single crochet in each of next 5 single crochet. So 1, once again, sticking with that marker so I know what I'm doing. It can be super frustrating when you lose track of the beginning of the round. 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet 2 together. So for a single crochet 2 together, I'm going to insert my hook in the next stitch, yarn over and bring up a loop, and then the one after it. Yarn over and bring up a loop. Now I have 1, 2, 3 on my hook, yarn over and pull through 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a single crochet 2 together. In the next stitch, yarn over and bring up a loop. In the next stitch, yarn over and bring up a loop. I have 3 on my hook, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that is the decrease that we're going to use. So you're going to keep following the pattern, letting you know when you should decrease and what rounds you should work even on. And then when you get to the 28th round, again, I'm just going to show this real quick. It says working in back loops only, single crochet in each single crochet round. So to work in the back loop only, you're going to leave that front loop naked and just go right into that back loop. Leave the front loop empty, work into the back loop. Leave that front loop empty, work into the back loop. So that's the 28th round. You're going to do that all the way around, and it's going to leave you this little ridge, which we're going to need later on when we were putting on our tentacles. So go ahead and follow the instructions. You're going to stuff the head at the end of the 29th round, and then the 30th and the 31st round will close it up real tight, and you will thread the tail on a tapestry needle and pull it up super tight so your guy is all stuffed before we put the tentacles on. So I'm just going to wrap up this round and let's take a look at the tentacles. There's my ridge line that I can see at the end of the 28th round. There is a note there that says place a marker on that last round. I'm using a different color from my beginning of round marker just to make sure that I don't get them mixed up on this next round. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a marker in that front loop of the back loop only stitch because it's just hanging out there with nothing in it. So that's how I'm going to mark that round. So I'm going to, again, just put a couple more rounds on, and then I want to talk about the tentacles. Here's my little dude. Remember, yours will be far larger. I just wanted to have something to show you how to put the tentacles on. So I'm going to go and join my yarn with a slip stitch to any remaining front loop of the marked round. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the one with the stitch marker in it, because that's the easiest one to see. And then once I get this first tentacle on, seeing the rest of them is far simpler. So there's my front loop. There's my slip stitch. So now I'm all joined up, and it says chain 38. I'm going to chain a little less than that just in the interest of time. Then it says 4 double crochet in 4th chain from hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are a follower of my videos here on Yarnspirations, you know that I like to put my stitches in the back or bump of the chain rather than the front, but in this instance, it doesn't much matter. You can put them wherever you want, as long as you get them in the same chain. And then it says 5 double crochet in next chain. Repeat from asterisk to end of chain. So basically what's going to happen, I'm going to put 5 double crochet in each one of these chain stitches, which is a ton of stitches. And because I'm going to do that, it's going to twist up all by itself and make those little octopus tentacles that are so cute to look at and so nice for babies to grab onto. Looking for my next chain. Now again, you're going to have to pull them up a little bit, because as you put 5 stitches in a chain, then the next chain's going to pull up a little tighter, but it's okay. It's meant to be doing that. So I'm going to do that all the way till I get to the top, up by the bottom of the little octopus head. And you can see it's starting to twist already. See it? Instant gratification. All right, I'll be right back. Remember once again that yours will be longer, but here's my tentacle. I have put my 5 double crochet in the chain that is closest to the octopus body. And then it says skip next 3 single crochet of 23rd, pardon me, skip next 3 single crochet of 27th round, slip stitch in next single crochet. And again, we're working in the front loop here. So there's my joined one. Then I'm going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch in that next one, in that remaining front loop that's just hanging out. And so that what that's going to do is attach the tentacle firmly to the octopus body on both sides of the double crochet. And then it says for the 2nd to the 8th tentacles as first tentacle. So once I've got my slip stitch in there, it says slip stitch in next single crochet. So right there. And now I'm going to chain 38 and make another tentacle. So I'm going to do that all the way around. And then at the end of my 8th tentacle, I'm going to join to the body and fasten off. At that point, all I have to do is weave in just a very few ends and then put my face on with embroidery floss. And that'll be the straight stitch for the mouth and also the French knot for the eyes, because we don't like to put buttons or safety eyes or anything like that on these that will be near teeny tiny babies, because the embroidery floss is softer and provides much less of a choking hazard. We do have a skill video on French knot, which I'll link to in the description below. So thank you so much for joining me here for the Preemies Crochet Octopus. I'm Mary Beth Temple for Hooked for Life. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for French content weekly on knitting, crocheting, and other yarny stuff. Follow us on social media using the links below, and use hashtag Yarnspirations to show us all the many little preemie octopi that you have made for your local charity. Thanks so much for joining us here. Bye-bye.